you help by reducing or removing them or exempting them from paying VAT. Let me go to excise duty. Mobile money transfer. We are aware and we know that most Kenyans, especially small traders, the most used mode of transacting is mobile money transfer. I am sure almost all of us here have sent money this morning. Why is Kenya Kwanza government increasing excise duty on mobile money transfer from 12% to 15%, but reducing bank transfer charges or excise duty on bank transfer? What is the rationale? Where is the priority? Who do we think about? Who do we consider? Is it the common person or the elite? The beauty supplies, I think the Prime Minister has exhausted that. I don't want to go to that. But we all know what that means. On imported cement, the issue we have, fine, you can protect. There is excise duty of 10%. You can protect the local economy. But there should be harmony in government policies. If you have set in providing houses, it is imagined that the construction of houses is going to be on upward rise. Therefore, you must make raw materials cheap. This is not the time to interfere with duty on cement, because you are going to make cost of construction more expensive. Why don't we start? Then we see our local demand. If the local demand is not so high that we don't need to import cement, then we can go ahead. This is not the end. This is not the last finance bill. Every year we will have finance bills until Jesus comes. This country will have, as long as it exists as a country, we will have finance bill. Let me quickly, I don't want to go to others. I think we have given you, unless there are more questions. I wanted just to talk about two more things. Something that Prime Minister has touched on. You know, as we were very busy, they call it noise, with this noise around finance bill, they have cheekily introduced another small bill here, an amendment to PFM Act. And what they are doing, and I want to agree with the Prime Minister, you know, first, they are now changing the system of setting the debt ceilings from the absolute number, which is 10 trillion now, to what we may call pegging it on GDP. And they are saying 55% of GDP. That is the proposal. But they already know presently that already our debt stock is at 60% of GDP. And they know it will not make sense because you are putting it at 55, it's already at 60. So they have come up with an amendment. And this is Public Finance Management Amendment Bill 2023. This is the amendment, and I want to read it. They say Section 50 of the Principal Act is amended by deleting the words "a limit" and substituting therefore the word "set threshold." So they are replacing limit with threshold. That I would leave to lawyers like His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka to interpret the difference between limit and threshold. To me, probably it is the same. But then, the worst bit is by inciting the following proviso at the end of the sentence. That, and listen to that, provided that if at any time the Cabinet Secretary is unable to maintain the public debt threshold as required under this subsection, or the regulation made thereunder, the Cabinet Secretary shall submit a written report to Parliament explaining the cause of the breach on the threshold and provide a time bound for a remedial plan. How do you explain breach of law? How do you explain breach of law? And it is saying that the Cabinet Secretary will only submit a report. He's not even seeking approval of the National Assembly. I don't know whether there is any democracy in the world where debt ceiling is set by executive alone. So these guys are running away from accountability. They want to subject, I think they just want to destroy the economy of this country. Otherwise, they would not bring such amendment to the floor of the House. Otherwise, Chairman, thank you so